This is B430.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is George and this is B430. Here we feature the young, the vibrant and the talented persons who are doing amazingly well in their chosen fields, career and profession. It doesn't matter what you do, this is the place where we get to celebrate you. We tell the world what you're doing, and then through your story, someone gets inspired, motivated, and they do beyond themselves. Welcome. Please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this channel for more and so much more. Today, I have with me someone who I consider to be a go-getter, a groundbreaker, and someone who is never deterred by what surrounds her. Yes, she is Temmy Balogun. She is a writer, a motivational speaker, and an entrepreneur who has passion for impacting the lives of young people. In 2016, she founded Espact, a digital media company based here in Lagos, Nigeria. Her brand is focused on building generation of innovators and problem solvers across Nigeria and Africa at large. Today, it's a privilege to have her on B430.
This is B430.
Welcome, Temmy.
Hi, George.
It's good to have you.
Same here.
You look good, by the way. I love your dress.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so this is B430, and here we celebrate the young, the vibrant, and the talented persons. And we're so privileged to have you here with us today.
Thanks for
Thank
celebrating.
you for coming out of your busy schedule. It's good to have you.
You just have to impact lives.
All right, so let's get to it. Tell us about Espact. Tell us more about the company, the digital company Espact that you founded.
Okay, so Espact, which was formerly known as Temmy Balogun Media.
Okay.
Just like you said, we focus on building generations of innovative thinkers, problem solvers, and job creators.
Okay.
We all know that in Africa we have a high rate of unemployment, and right from the beginning of from inception, we've decided that we're going to be promoting people who are doing a lot for Africa, so more young minds can be encouraged to do that. So basically that's what we do. At first we were just telling stories of entrepreneurs, telling stories of talented people, but now we decide to rebrand our identity so we can kind of make it relatable and let's say make many people own it. When it was Temmy Balogun Media, everybody would be like Temmy Balogun.
Yeah.
But now it's Espact. Everyone is connecting to it more. Espact, and
it's
we
no
have
your
it doesn't look mine. It was never mine, but because it's bearing my name, people just, so now that we have it as Espact, and we also have a movement which is expertise, where the academic thing came from. People now connect more to it. They see it as theirs. It's easy to say I'm an expertise now.
Okay, so before starting Espact, you worked, right?
Yes.
You were once an employee.
Yes.
Okay, now you are a CEO.
Yeah. I'm an entrepreneur, please.
An entrepreneur. I know that. Okay, so what are the disparities? I know that certainly there are disparities between when you were an employee and now that you are on your own. What are those disparities? Do I call them? Maybe just the differences between being an employee and owning your own business.
Okay, so yes, I was an employee. I was working with a consulting firm on the island before I decided to go on my own.
Okay, you were with them for how many years?
Close to 2, no more than 2. Over 2 years. I was with them for over 2 years before I decided to start on my own because I felt I was doing HR. Okay. So I had passion for HR, but the passion for media was over time. Yes, so I just like, okay, let me go for this. I think this is where this is my calling.
This is your calling.
So fine. Okay, so now when it comes to disparities, I need people to know that first, you need that experience as a worker. You need that experience as an employee before you can start. If you have a chance, take on it. If you don't, internship, take on it, just to know how it works in the environment. This is what that will do to you. It will prepare you ahead. Any attitude that you see yourself, showing at work while you're under someone is what you continue with when you're yourself. As an employee, I was focused. Anything I decide to do, I do it the way I should. I take everything like it's mine. That's how it is.
Yes.
So my schedule then was really very, working on the island and living on the mainland in Lagos with someone else.
Right?
The schedule then was really very tight, and I still cope with it. But when I switched back to being an entrepreneur, it was tighter. It's something that is very challenging, that you just have to seriously know how to manage your time. Apart from that, if you were not a serious employee, you cannot be a serious entrepreneur.
That's true.
The difference is that when you're an entrepreneur, maybe as an employee, if you are someone that is not serious, they have to tell you what to do before you do it.
Exactly.
As an entrepreneur, nobody has to tell you.
Nobody has to tell you.
So immediately I'm done from the bed, praying, and in the morning, immediately on the bed, I start working. You understand?
Yeah.
It's something I do even when I was working for someone.
Okay.
I jump up on the bed as early as possible to be on my way. I've cultivated that attitude, so it made it easy. But there's that difference. Then as an employee, somebody will tell you this is what to do. You have to, maybe if you don't know what to do, because everybody should know what they are employed to do. So if you don't know, you still see some bosses telling you this is how you should do it, this is not. As an employee, as an entrepreneur, nobody will correct you to do it. If you do it wrongly, if you do something wrong with the client, then the client is gone.
True.
Do you understand?
Very true.
That's one of the. Then another thing is time management. As an entrepreneur, you have a lot of things to do on your own. Especially when you're just starting off, you're wearing so many caps. You have so many things to do on your own. So many. So, as an employee, you have just a role, and you're just getting that role. As an entrepreneur, you can be doing like four roles together. So how do you manage your time to do that?
Comes into play.
Yes. So when you go for a job interview and people ask you, can you multitask? And you say yes. Okay, you can still go away with it when it comes to being employed by someone. But when it comes to being an entrepreneur, you have to display that your multitasking skills seriously.
True.
Because it's really it's not even entrepreneurship, CEO, founder, it's not a little job at all. It's things that comes with a lot of craziness. Yes, you have to.
Okay, so coming back to your passion for the Nigerian youth, for the young persons, impacting lives. Okay, there was a time a statement came out that Nigerian youths are lazy. Okay, which I know that I'm not part of those people.
I'm not part either.
Okay, yeah. So what's your thought about the average Nigerian youth?
An average Nigerian youth, you know what? If I'm giving you a definition without looking across board, then I'm going to be giving you a lopsided one.
Okay.
I grew up in this west side, in the urban part, not in the rural. So now, looking through the rural area in this western part, going to the south, going to the northern part where we have the highest number of youths.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I would say an average Nigerian youth is one who is ready to work if they are shown the right path.
True.
In this part of the world, a lot of youths are coming up with a lot of things.
Yeah.
I would never be among the people that would join anybody to say Nigerian youths are lazy. Because the youth has to see something before they get it done. That's why one of the reasons why we're saying get a skill. That's why we're encouraging that innovative thing. Do you understand?
Yes.
Think this, show them the path. Our leaders are not, they are not putting that framework in place. But then if they are not, let's leave them aside.
Exactly.
People, we have gone, those who have gone far ahead, do you understand? They can put things in place to make those young ones know what to do.
Follow the path.
They need to be shown the path. They are youths, they are young minds. It is what they see around that they will do. So when we put them on the path, they would definitely get things done.
Okay, so you have passion for bringing up or training creative thinkers, innovators, and problem solvers. Yeah. So, and I'm sure you have a lot of programs which you've already told us about. One of it. Yeah. Kevin. So, tell us about some other things some other projects or programs that you are planning maybe in the future. Some other things that you think would help, even the ones that you may have done that we don't know about. You can just tell us about them.
Yeah. So
the challenges within them.
Okay, so so we started with interviews. Basically, that's what we use our interviews to do content, because we know that right now youth spend an average of, let's say, 15 hours on social media. So as a digital media, we decided to be putting out content that is going to inform them about how they can be better, how the things people doing well, and how their journey has been, and how they can learn from them. We've quite gotten a lot of content from so many people, because so most of the time youth just go out on social media to look at people, how they dress and all that, without learning from them. Do you understand? So we now try to, as much as we are trying to interview experts and get words from experts in different fields to them, we try and go after those celebrities as well, and let them talk to us through their journey, and also advise the young ones. So that's what Espact interview is for now. Espact interviews, we interviewed the likes of, so last 2 years we had an interview with Yomi Casual. He's a fashion designer, a celebrity fashion designer. So don't just go to his page to check out his cars, his clothes and all that. Learn from him. Do you understand? So that's one of the programs we had on ground. Last year we were able to meet with the Nobel laureate, and he was telling us about innovation. When we asked him that, how does he think innovation can be? He said youths are the definition of innovation. So those are the kind of words we try to put out through our own interviews. That's the first thing we had of this. Then we have the ones whereby we talk about entrepreneurs. We plan to have conferences whereby different experts and professionals in the world will come to discuss problems that are affecting Nigeria and Africa, and provide solutions, and also they can use it to network and all.
That's about challenges. Of course, owning a business in Nigeria, it's not something that is so easy, and then as an entrepreneur, it's not an easy thing. Okay, so tell us about, I'm sure there are challenges, a lot of challenges, but probably one or two persons might learn from you.
Yeah, there are lots. The challenges are numerous, and we cannot finish mentioning them. But one of the very major ones is the uncertainties in the electricities in Nigeria.
When a long term.
Yeah, and it's really there's need for a quick solution for that. They want a lot of businesses to survive.
Yes.
So even as a digital media, we need all those things as well. So when I was in Rwanda last year, and we had lights and everything around, everything was flowing around. Then the day that I got back to Nigeria, my phone went off dead, and my clients knew that I was back in Nigeria.
Wow!
Because my phone was dead.
Was dead.
Like, what happened? You're in Nigeria now? Yes, I'm in Nigeria. Because the lighting. So many things. You're supposed to post a story. Another thing, the network providers that we have they are not helping a lot of businesses. Because you see, most businesses now use network to do a lot of things.
True.
And they are so annoying. Their data, it's not about adverts. Make your products better. Do you understand?
Exactly.
I use a particular brand which is 4G. I decide to pick that. Any day I run out of that data suddenly and I need to get things done, a job that I'm supposed to do for 1 hour, it can take me like 4 hours to get it done. I get frustrated.
Yeah, so the next question is, it's going to be as short as possible. You went to Rwanda.
Yes, I did.
So I think we're interested in knowing what happened in Rwanda. What was the journey about? Was it a leisure journey?
It wasn't. Okay, so Nigeria hasn't really recognized what we're doing very well, but Rwanda did. So Espact, which was then Temmy Balogun Media, was nominated among the 12 finalists in the all of Africa.
Wow.
Impacting.
Wow, that's a huge one.
Yes, impacting their economy. So the country's economy, video country. So we had people from Kenya, from Uganda, from Nigeria, from Eastern, Western Africa, Ghana.
Okay.
So we're all there for the award ceremony. And for each category, we had winners. In my category, it was a Kenyan who won in that category. But notwithstanding, being a finalist was a very great one. We were transported down there. All expense paid.
Wow.
5-star hotel. Networking with people, great minds like you. With some of them, I'm still in contact with, and we're coming up with some solutions as well.
Nice.
Do you understand? So it's really a great one. It was just a recognition based on the impact that the organization has been doing back home, and that's what it's about. And it was fun. It was fun. It was just rewinded there. I saw the difference between Nigeria and outside Nigeria. The power, the light, the electricity, and things were organized there. Security all around. Most time when I try to make reference to it, people tell me, Rwanda, they are not as much as Nigerians. Please.
When
the parts where I'm not sure. Please, we have resources to get these things done. Let's stop using that to be excuse. My traveling there was an eye opener, was wonderful, and it got to immediately when I came back, I was like, are you sure I'm not relocating back to Rwanda? Because the lights, there's no light issue, there's no network issue. Like, I'm doing my work, and my clients won't feel that we are too late or back in our schedules and all. So it was fun.
Wow. Alright, so we're gradually coming to the end of this. But before I end it, I'd like to know, okay, how old are you now? You're 25?
I'm 25. I'm going to be 26 this year anyway, but it's still August, so I'm still 25.
Okay. Yeah, so this is before 30.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself by the time you're 30? Where do you see Espact by the time you're 30?
By that time, Espact will surely have covered West Africa. Because right now we're still trying to cover Nigeria, but I'm saying by 10 we should be able to have impacted people in West Africa. Our academy should be, even despite the fact that we are digital and anyone can tap into it, but the presence is what I'm talking about. We should have been able to spread across West Africa, major cities in West Africa, and Espact should have been able to spread across that. By the time I'm 30, and I think by the time I'm 30 I should be married with kids.
Exactly. Okay, before we end, there are these questions that I'm going to ask.
Okay.
So you're going to be maybe quick and as truthful as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be scared.
Don't ask things that I won't answer. I wouldn't.
Okay, let me ask this one first. But what's your best quote?
My best quote. I would go back to impact.
Okay.
So for anything you do in this world, anything you determine to do, make sure it's impacting lives.
Okay.
Make sure you are impacting lives. For anything you decide to do. You want to sell Gary, impact life.
Exactly.
Sell Pepe, impact life.
Yeah. Whatever you do impacts life. Okay, what's your best book that you've ever read or currently reading?
Okay, my best book. I love Purpose-Driven Life.
Okay.
Warren,
yeah.
And I love No Excuses as well.
Okay.
Yeah, you see the kind of books I read, things that would not make you get lazy. You just have to be purpose-driven, and you just have to get things done. True. So those two books. Then also I love Rich Dad Poor Dad. I think almost everybody loves that as well.
Yeah, I do too. I love that book. All right. So, what's your best food?
Bread and tea.
Are you serious?
Yes. That's my best food. Bread and tea. Everybody knows. If I give you another answer, many people who watch this interview will say she's lying. People will know me.
I thought I was going to hear something like amala, begging.
No, bread and tea. That's my best food.
Wow.
I can eat it 3 times in a day.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Left to me, I won't consider that as food because having bread and tea in the morning. In fact, if I have it by 8, by the time it's 10 a.m., I want another thing.
But that's my best. Bread and tea.
It's okay. So your relationship status, are you single, searching, or who?
I'm single. But I'm searching. it's not like when I say I'm searching, there are a lot of people around, you know. But it's just that we're searching. We know we just have to be purposeful.
Who's your ideal man?
Okay, my ideal man.
God-fearing.
First, don't even, that would actually be part of it. It's the basis.
Of course.
It has to be someone. And when I say God-fearing, I'm not saying God-fearing with mouth. It has to be in your behavior. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Someone who okay, so I'm a Christian, and I've over time understood what Christ wants us to do. So I want someone who I would be able to see that Christ-like attitude in it. Someone who is like humble, someone who can live by the word. I'm not saying be a churchgoer. I'm not saying be a brother or sister, but there's a way someone would be in their attitude, and you know that no, this
Live
is.
out the
Do
word
you
of
understand?
God.
Humility, word of God, positivity is part of the things that Christ preached.
Yeah.
Have that mind too. So someone who is that, and someone who can support me, and I'll support as well in my dreams. You understand? We support ourselves in our dreams. You understand? And someone who is good looking as well. Like it has to be.
Like me.
It has to be. Oh yeah, it has to be good looking.
Okay.
So and what else? Someone we could just be friends and work with things, and I know that that's something that God can actually get done.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how many kids do you want to have?
2 or 3.
Okay, like 4 is fine.
No. 2 or 3.
Okay, cool. Alright, so finally your word for the young people out there who are watching, who probably can't find purpose or are confused about life, confused about what to even do with whatever talent they have discovered they have in them. What are your last words for them?
Okay, so there's no one born into this world that does not have something. You were born because God had a reason to bring you down here. So you need, as a youth, to find within yourself, what do I love doing? Most of the times our purposes and the reason why we came to life, the things we came to do, which I said from the beginning, that is impacting lives. God wants you to come to this world and make marks. So that thing that you love doing, how can you use it to impact life? That's where purpose comes from. Even if what you love doing is drumming, you can use it to impact lives. So as youths, don't ever see yourself as someone who doesn't have anything. You have just not even just one talent, more than one, but the one that you see that it's leading in whatever you love doing. See how you can use it to derive, to make impact people's life, and be ready to go all out for it. Like, don't allow challenges. Don't be among the people that will say our government is not doing this. No, don't do that, especially if you're Nigerians. Don't go all out for all that you need to do. Go all out for it. And if you really want to start this entrepreneurship journey, you want to get things done, you're already working, you feel you're not finding purpose and all, come to Espact. We know how to get that done. We have trainings, we have kind of things you can do. But the first thing first, what do you have in you that can impact lives? So that's all I have for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much. At this point I began to feel emotional.
Yeah, why emotional?
Thank you so
You're
much. Thank you so
welcome.
much.
You're
It's so I'm so glad
Yeah.
we're able to at least eat into a little of your time.
Yeah.
Not a little.
Not a
much.
little. Wow.
Thank you so much. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
coming on Before 30, and we wish you the very best in all that you do.
Amen.
And we see Espact beyond.
Yeah,
Nigeria,
we're going
beyond
places
Africa.
because we're going to be impacting people across Africa.
Exactly. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you. It's good to
Okay.
have you.
This is Before 30.
So guys, you heard it all from Temmy Balogun. I mean, my head is full, and aside trying to, put this together to inspire someone, I'm also getting inspired myself. I want to go beyond. I want to make impacts. I want to make sure that whatever I do, someone out there gets positively impacted. And I believe that you have gained 1 or 2 out of all that she said today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to this channel for more mind-blowing episodes from us. So we're going to be bringing you young people who are doing amazingly well. It doesn't matter the field, it doesn't matter the profession, as long as they are doing well. And we want to push you further. This is what Before 30 is all about. Also, you can follow us on our social media handles. Twitter, Instagram is at Before 30. That's B4_30 for Instagram and Twitter. And also on Facebook is Before 30 Show. Follow our page, like our page. We will also be bringing you, content that will really help you in whatever you set out to do. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget, subscribe to the channel, I beg you. My name is George Ekwuribe. Thank you for watching.
This is Before 30.